Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 16th of March 2023 and quite a lot of things have happened in the cryptocurrency world. The prices of Bitcoin did cross the $26,000 mark, but it has gradually gone down. So in today's episode, we are definitely going to be looking at the price of cryptocurrencies, DeFi, stablecoins and quite a lot of other. Now look guys, a few days ago, the consumer price index was out and the consumer price index rose by 0.4% and the inflation stands at 6%. So we'll definitely go ahead and talk about this and what kind of an impact this news had on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now there is a massive news going on in UAE, and that is the Central Bank of UAE is working with the Reserve Bank of India and they're working on a CBD project, that is Central Bank Digital Currency. And look guys, from the second half of this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Central Bank Digital Currencies are the talk of the town in the cryptocurrency world. Now, unfortunately, Bitcoin definitely does not merge well with central bank digital currency. So we'll definitely go ahead and talk about that in today's episode. Now, there is a massive news going on regarding Europol, and they have seized $46 million from a crypto mixer. We're also going to touch base on Argentina, and their inflation crossed 100%. And I asked ChatGPT to find out ways how Bitcoin could have actually helped Argentina. So let me share opinions and thoughts on what ChatGPT thinks on inflation in Argentina. So quite a lot to talk about actually in today's episode. Now, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we're going to be discussing two news from UAE as well. And the first news is a MENA-based Tarabut Gateway platform that has partnered with Train for crypto trading. So I'll go ahead and share that news. And the second news is about Suffescom, and they have announced the opening of its new office in Dubai. So we'll go ahead and explore that news in today's episode, and I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions on that. So let's get started with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee Date has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee Date. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee Date, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee Date aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Firstly guys, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race-Based Podcast. So check out the Race-Based Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race-Based Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. Next, listen, guys, there are 3 things that I'm extremely passionate about. One is extreme heavy metal, ice cold beer, and obstacle course race. And Tough Mudder is one of my favorite obstacle course race events taking place in the Middle East. Now, if you're into running, if you're into obstacle course race, you definitely need to check out Tough Mudder because they have a massive event coming up on the 18th of March, and it is, if not in one of the most beautiful locations in the United Arab Emirates. So listen, guys, go to the website of Tough Mudder Arabia and look at the events. So there are different events taking place. There is 10K events, there is 5K events, and if you have your kids, get your kids along. And listen up, guys, Tough Mudder is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition, a community built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles where stepping outside your comfort zone is a reward. And listen, guys, when was the last time you did something for the very first time? So the event takes place in Ras Al Khaimah, and guys, the location is absolutely brilliant, called as MENA Al Arab in Ras Al Khaimah, and you can register for it now on the 18th of March. So you have a 5K event, 10K event, and if you have your kids, get your kids along. Now, if you do want some heavy discount and get a 15% discount code, use the code George15, which is G for George, E for Elephant, O for Orange, R for Roger, G for George, E for Elephant, 15. That is the number 15. So once again, guys, the code is George15. And look, guys, one of my goals is to do 100 Tough Mudder, and I'd really like to do it in Dubai or in the UAE. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, ever since the CPI numbers were announced, the prices of Bitcoin in particular did actually pump up to the roof. At one point of time, it had crossed the $26,000 mark, but it has gradually fallen down. And the global cryptocurrency market as of today is $1.06 trillion. Now, look, guys, because of the CPI numbers, there was a lot of trading going on, particularly in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I was watching this video by Crypto Aras. He actually shared a story about a person who actually lost $1 million, and he lost that by trading. So essentially what he did go short and he got liquidated. He went short again, he got liquidated. Then as a revenge, he went long and he got liquidated long twice as well. So imagine losing $1 million in just a matter of hours. And that is the nature of trading, particularly when you talk about cryptocurrencies. Now, since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market has gone down by 2.11%. The total crypto market volume of the last 24 hours is looking strong at $82.89 billion, And since the last 24 hours though, it is down by 18.29%. Remind you guys, the inflation numbers were out day before yesterday, and I'm recording today's podcast in the early hours on the 16th of March, so you need to understand the time difference when I'm looking at these numbers. And the total volume on DeFi is currently at $8.19 billion, and the total value locked is $46.59 billion. And guys, when I looked at the total value locked on the 14th of March, it was absolutely devastating. It was less than half of what it is today. It was at $21 billion. Today it is at $46.59 billion, and Lido is still dominating with 21%, and $9.79 billion is locked in this protocol. And guys, you need to understand, when we talk about Lido, it is one of the biggest staking platforms for Ethereum, and that's one of the reasons why the numbers are ridiculously high. Now, DeFi accounts for 9.88% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. MakerDAO is number 2nd and $7.85 billion is locked in this protocol, followed by Aave at $5.1 billion, Core Finance at $4.15 billion, and finally Uniswap at $3.54 billion. Now guys, let's look at the volume of stable coins. And few days ago, there was a massive drama going on between Circle USDC and the banks that collapsed, but looks like Circle USDC is definitely staying strong, and this is a very good testament about its transparency and the reserves that they have. Now the volume of stablecoin is $78.69 billion, but unfortunately Tether USDT accounts for a majority of the chunk at $61.92 billion. And look guys, I have always said this, the biggest black swan event for the cryptocurrency world might just be Bitfinex's Tether. I really am hoping that thing does not happen. The Circle USDC's volume is $7.24 billion. If you look at the market cap of Circle USDC, it is $37.53 billion. So since the last few days though, the market cap has definitely gone down. Binance BUSD's trading volume is $8.48 billion, but if you look at the market cap, it is absolutely steady at $8.33 billion. And CZ guys did put up a very important tweet earlier today that said that given the recent events, they are moving zero-fee Bitcoin trading from Binance USD to TUSD. Now I'm pretty much sure that is the reason why the volume of Binance BUSD has definitely picked up pace. So it's very crucial that you understand these metrics when you're looking at these numbers. And I'm just looking at some more information right now that he just tweeted that Uniswap will be on Binance BNB chain. And few weeks ago, we did talk about some drama where the community actually voted to switch Uniswap from Ethereum to Binance BNB chain. But Andreessen Horowitz or A16Z, they were trying to use their tokens and get it back onto Ethereum, but looks like the community has definitely won. So just some context regarding Binance. Now if you look at the market cap of Tether USDT, it is $74.47 billion, definitely far less than its 24-hour trading volume at $61.92 billion. Now let's look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin's market cap is $469 billion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is $201 billion. The 24-hour trading volume both for Bitcoin and Ethereum is pumped up to the roof. Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $43.05 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $12.4 billion. And surprisingly guys, the dominance of Bitcoin has definitely pumped up and it is currently at 44.20%, whereas Ethereum is 19.06%. Now in today's episode guys, I'm also going to touch base on the market cap of top smart contracting platform. Ethereum is clearly an outlier and its market cap is $201 billion. Binance BNB is $48.20 billion and Cardano at $11.19 billion. Now remember guys, Binance BUSD's market cap has drastically fallen down from $13 billion to $8 billion, so more than 40% of Binance BUSD, which is the stablecoin's market cap. But so far as Binance BNB chain is concerned, the market cap has definitely not been impacted. Now let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. It is currently at $24,360. And yesterday I was looking at the price of Bitcoin. It had definitely pumped up to the moon, and there were indications that it might even cross the $30,000 mark. But if you understand the nature of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it absolutely fluctuates at any given time. As of today, it has gone down to $24,360. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.28%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 11.97%. Ethereum is at $1,650. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.28%. Since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 7.43%. Binance Coin has crossed the $300 mark once again. It is currently at $305, and since the last 24 hours it is down by 1.47%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 5.80%. Now look guys, because of the CPI numbers, the market manipulators have definitely played their game, and some of them have lost a lot of money. At the same time, some of them have made massive profit as well. Now regarding the CPI numbers, the consumer price index rose by 0.4%, and before the numbers were out, there were speculations that the inflation numbers will be relatively less, and because of that, there was drastic movement in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And listen guys, it is so critical to understand that when you're looking at CPI numbers, the only official source is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics website reported that the consumer price index for all urban consumers rose 0.4%, so as of now the inflation stands at 6%. And guys, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that over the last 12 months, the all-time index increased to 6% before seasonal adjustments. Now CNN, which is a left-leaning media, is misleading the news, and they have provided their own narrative. Now, if you follow CNN or fake news, what they have said is a key measure of inflation fell dramatically in February, and according to the latest producer price index, which tracks what America's producers get paid for goods and services. So if you read through this article, it looks like the inflation numbers are great for USA, but that is definitely not the truth. If you go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, it does give you a detailed breakdown of each and every category. And look guys, hence I always say, it is not important to look at information, but it is important to look at information from the first source. And so far as the CPI numbers or inflation numbers is concerned, the only website that you need to look at is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now because of this news guys, Bitcoin did cross the $26,000 mark, and after a bad year of lows, it finally rallied sharply up to the highest point since June of 2022. And look guys, the inflation numbers are definitely picking up pace in other parts of the country as well. And the national news in UAE has reported that Argentina's inflation tops 100% for the very first time since 1991. So what I'd really recommend you to do is read through the entire article. Now guys, what I did was I asked ChatGPT to see how Bitcoin could have helped the situation. So let me try to read out what ChatGPT says and let me know your thoughts if you agree to it or not. Now mind you guys, this is only to do with Argentina's inflation, and you also need to understand that OpenAI's ChatGPT has information only till 2021. So Argentina's inflation tops 100% for the first time since 1991, and people struggle to pay high prices for necessities in the country with one of the highest inflation rates. The first time it has triple figures since a period of hyperinflation in 1991. That was more than 3 decades ago, and inflation over the last 12 months clocked in at 102.5% in the second month of the year, and the government data showed with higher than expected 6.6% monthly rise in the consumer price index and a 13% year-to-date increase. So how will Bitcoin help the situation in Argentina? Bitcoin can potentially help mitigate the impact of high inflation in Argentina in several ways. So the first one is store of value. Bitcoin's decentralized nature and limited supply makes it a viable store of value option for Argentinians looking to protect their wealth from the erosion caused by inflation. Unlike the Argentine peso, which loses value rapidly, Bitcoin value has appreciated over time. The second point is international trade. With inflation eroding the purchase power of the Argentine peso, businesses in the country may struggle to engage in international trade. Bitcoin provides a way for businesses to transact internationally without the need of intermediaries, such as banks, and without being subject to limitation and fees of traditional payments. The third point is remittances. Many Argentinians rely on remittances from family members working abroad to make ends meet. However, traditional remittance systems can be slow and expensive and may not be accessible to everyone. Bitcoin provides a fast and low-cost way for people to send and receive money across borders. Overall, while Bitcoin is not a panacea for economic challenges faced by Argentina, it can provide a viable alternative to traditional financial systems that may be struggling under the weight of high inflation. Now, what are your thoughts, guys? I kind of agree to what ChatGPT has to say. So Argentinians, listen to what ChatGPT has to say and go ahead and buy some Bitcoin. Now, guys, let's discuss some massive news in the world of central bank digital currencies. And the Reserve Bank of India and the Central Bank of UAE signed a memorandum of understanding in Abu Dhabi to enhance cooperation and jointly enable innovation in financial products and services. Now, under the Memorandum of Understanding, the two central banks will collaborate on various emerging areas of fintech, especially central bank digital currencies, and explore interoperability between the central bank digital currencies of the Central Bank of UAE and the Reserve Bank of India, and the Central Bank of UAE and the Reserve Bank of India will jointly conduct proof of concept and pilots of bilateral CBDC bridge to facilitate cross-border CBDC transactions of remittances and trade. And guys, this bilateral engagement of testing cross-border use case of CBDCs is expected to reduce cost, increase efficiency of cross-border transactions, and further the economic ties between India and UAE. And the Memorandum of Understanding also provides for technical collaboration and knowledge sharing on matters related to fintech and financial products and services. Now look guys, looking at the volume of remittances between India and UAE, I wouldn't be surprised if CBDCs could be a massive deal. And this is exactly why cryptocurrencies were started, because you could send transactions between one person to another, and the whole definition of Bitcoin is peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Now, will this news be a threat to Bitcoin? Now, let me discuss some other news regarding CBDCs. And a research and market intelligence firm called Juniper Research published a report on central bank digital currencies this Monday. And guys, some of the highlights of that report states that the central bank digital currency transactions to reach $213 billion annually by 2030, and domestic payments to account for over 90% of CBDCs by 2030. Now, what are your thoughts, guys? Look, if you're an advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you'll definitely be a detractor of her central bank digital currencies. Now, what that report states, CBDCs are digital currencies issued by central banks that aim to improve the efficiency and security of payments. Currently, CBDCs are still in pilot stages, but they are expected to experience a rapid growth over the next decade. By 2030, the total value of payments made via CBDCs could reach $213 billion annually, which is a significant increase from $100 million projected for 2023. And guys, governments are the driving force behind the adoption of CBDCs. They are keen to use CBDCs to improve financial inclusion by making digital payments more accessible, particularly in emerging economies where mobile penetration is higher than banking penetration. Governments also want to increase the control over how digital payments are made. As CBDCs are issued by central banks, they provide governments with more oversight over payments and allow them to monitor transactions more closely. This, guys, is an absolutely big no, and this is precisely the reason why Bitcoin was created. Now, really, I'm not sure what the fate would be if government has more control over the transactions that you have spent. Initially, CBDCs will mainly be used for domestic purposes, as central banks will focus on addressing local payment challenges. However, as CBDCs become established, cross-border payments will become more feasible. Cross-border payments are currently expensive and slow, but CBDCs could provide a more efficient and cost-effective alternative. However, what the report states is the cross-border payment networks will need to be established to link different CBDs together. Now look guys, why get into the headache of central bank digital currencies? Because everything that central bank digital currency does, Bitcoin does it much better. Now, one limiting factor of the current CBDC market is the lack of commercial product development. There are a few platforms available for central banks to use, and prospective CBDC platform providers need to develop a complete end-to-end solution that includes wholesale capabilities, wallet provisions, and merchant acceptance. A complete solutions will enable potential of CBDCs to be fully realized and increase adoption rates. And look guys, I did release an episode, I believe it was last year, on central bank digital currency. So what I'd recommend you to do is listen to my episode that I released on central bank digital currency, because I go ahead and explain what is central bank digital currency. I also give some of the benefits of using central bank digital currency. I also discuss the different types of CBDCs, that is wholesale CBDC, retail CBDC, multiple CBDC, and I also give the key differentiation between CBDC and Bitcoin, and I also go ahead and explore our central bank digital currencies Web 3.0. So I would definitely recommend to go ahead and listen to that episode. Now guys, let's discuss some massive news, and Europol did actually seize $2.88 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, Cointelegraph did publish a report that stated that law enforcement officials alleged that Chip Mixer launched 152,000 Bitcoin, which is roughly around $2.88 billion over the past 5 years. And according to the European Agency for Law Enforcement Cooperation, commonly known as Europol, on March 15th, the agency seized assets of cryptocurrency mixer Chip Mixer for its alleged involvement in money laundering activities, and the total seized include 1,909.4 bitcoins, $24,000 in 55 transactions amounting to 44.2 million euros, and decentralized finance analyst called Zach XBT previously alleged on 25th of November that the hacker or hackers of defunct cryptocurrency exchange FTX laundered 360 Bitcoin. In addition, the Chip Mixer website has been shut down after the authorities seized several hosting applications, and Europol claims that the application laundered over 2.73 billion euros since its inception in 2017 and roughly around $5.9 million using Chip Mixer after $372 million were an exploit. Definitely not a good look. Now look guys, if you were to compare this, let's say with fiat currencies, I'm pretty much sure that the number would be much higher. Now it is so critical that you use cryptocurrencies only for legitimate purposes, and you need to understand the whole nature of open blockchain and cryptocurrency is all the transactions are completely open source and absolutely anyone can go ahead and verify these transactions. Now guys, let's discuss two news from UAE. And the first news is MENA-based Tarabut partners with Rain cryptocurrency exchange for crypto trading. So let me try to give out some information. Now if you go to the website of Tarabut, it states that they are enabling a new world of financial services, and through their open banking APIs, they provide access to a network of banks and fintechs, allowing secure and instant flow of money and information, and they want to redefine financial services via open banking. So I did go through the website and I saw four things which are really critical. The first thing mentioned that they have account information, where they offer real-time access to an array of financial data such as accounts, transactions, and balances via open banking APIs. And the second one is payment initiation, and Tarabut helps making payments better through direct bank-to-bank payments with real-time settlements and significantly reduced cost. The third one is TG Consults, and they help to build the next generation of financial services, and their consulting services will help you devise innovative open banking strategies with measurable outcomes to maximize opportunities and fuel growth. And finally, the fourth one, guys, is open banking compliance, and they have a turnkey open banking solutions that allow financial institutions to reap the immediate benefits of open banking. And look guys, considering what has happened in last week, I think we should definitely check out Tarabut Gateway. Now the news is that Tarabut Gateway has partnered with crypto asset trading platform Rain, which is from Bahrain, and Tarabut Gateway claims to be the largest open banking platform in the MENA region, and the partnership aims to foster faster, cost-effective fiat-to-crypto transactions for Bahrain end users, and the feature will allow funding payments directly from user bank accounts without the need to leave the Rain platform, and Tarabut's open banking payment solutions will facilitate on and off-ramp transfers for users, and Rain is the first regulated crypto assets trading platform in the MENA region, and guys, in 2020 have definitely covered Rain on numerous occasions. Now because of this partnership, guys, users can buy and sell a variety of digital assets on Rain platform, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And guys, the partnership is Tarabut's first with a crypto asset service provider, and Tarabut provides connectivity for data and payments to flow between banks and fintechs offering financial services to end users. And the partnership is a cross-sector synergy made possible by Bahrain's advanced open banking system, and the solution aims to make fiat to crypto transfer quicker, more secure and cost-effective. And Tarabut raised $25 million in its seed round and pre-series A round funding in 2021. The investments were backed by Tiger Global, Dubai International Fintech Fund, and the investment vehicle of Dubai International Financial Center, or DIFC. Now, the partnership brings the advantage of open banking digital solutions to crypto services. And once again, guys, because of what has happened in the last week, I do think that this might be a brilliant move, not just for Rain, the crypto service exchange, but also to end users and consumers. And crypto trading, wallets and other blockchain use cases are natural allies in opening up traditional banking and finance. The partnership provides a user-focused approach to crypto services, and Tarabut Gateway founder and CEO Abdullah Al-Mayed expressed delight in the partnership. The partnership between Tarabut and Rain aims to revolutionize services in the MENA region. Now look guys, all this news sounds absolutely brilliant, but you need to always remember, why was Bitcoin created? Because there should be no middle person between two parties, and the proper definition of Bitcoin is it is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This partnership is definitely brilliant, but Unfortunately, instead of having peer-to-peer transactions, now we have Rain as a cryptocurrency exchange. Now we also have Tarabut Gateway. Unfortunately, speaking of it in Bitcoin terms, this is definitely not ideal. Now guys, let's discuss the second news. And the second news is about Suffescom announces the opening of its new office in Dubai, and the website is suffescom.ae, and they claim to be a blockchain software development company in Dubai. Now really I'm not sure. Now guys, I did go to the website, and to be honest, I wasn't too content with what they are offering or mentioned in the website. Now what they claim that Suffescom Solutions Inc. has been introducing blockchain to the world for the last 5.5 years, and they provide the best blockchain software solutions in Dubai and can harness blockchain technology to create market-leading products and digital solutions. And the team has worked on 50 plus blockchain products and delivered them successfully. Now, I really don't understand how they help individuals or companies with blockchain protocols, because you already have Ethereum, you already have EOS, you already have Tron, you already have Binance BNB Chain, and quite a lot of other. But nonetheless, on the website it says that they have blockchain technology consultant in the following 8 areas, that is NFT development, Metaverse development, blockchain wallet development, play-to-earn game development, Ethereum development, smart contract development, cloud blockchain development, and blockchain security. Now, to be honest, of all the 8 things, the only thing which catches my eye is the blockchain wallet development. For everything else, you can definitely go ahead and use Ethereum directly. Why use a centralized entity? But nonetheless, let me try to give out some information regarding this news. Now, this news is officially published in Xavier.com, and guys, looks like that this is definitely a paid article. Now, the company has 13 plus years of experience in IT industry and has served 1,500 plus global clients, and they have launched a new office in Dubai, recognizing it as a hub of technology and the next Silicon Valley of the Middle East. And Mr. Gurpreet Singh Walia, the managing director of Suffescom Solutions Inc., expressed his excitement about the company's expansion into Dubai. And Suffescom delivers top-class business solutions to enterprises. They have developed unmatched applications and platforms with outstanding features. They offer services in mobile app development, metaverse development, IoT solutions, Internet of Things solutions, custom software development, and chatbot development. Now, all these services are definitely great, but regarding blockchain services, I really am not sure why would a company want to use Suffescom. And the core value is to develop seamless, intuitive, dynamic, and highly scalable applications. And Suffescom Solutions has assisted several entrepreneurs in starting their dream businesses. They made a strategic shift to blockchain development after gaining massive success in software development, and they offer services in Web3, Metaverse, crypto, DeFi, and NFT. And the company's progress in the United States led to its expansion in other countries, including India, Singapore, Mexico, and now in Dubai. And Suffescom is ready to take on the challenges of creating future-oriented businesses in Dubai, and the company is opening a new office in Dubai is a testament to its growth and success in the IT industry. But once again, guys, I really don't understand why you would want to use Suffescom. Instead, if you want to, let's say, have any smart contract, you would definitely directly go and use Ethereum. If you, let's say, want to release any NFTs, you can directly do that in Ethereum or on Flow blockchain. And once again, the key reminder is, why was Bitcoin created? And the definition of Bitcoin is, it is a peer-to-peer electronic cash transaction system. So when you talk about blockchain, the transaction should happen peer-to-peer without the need of a central entity. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Update from Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, pure blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. Listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Chris who asks, do you think Dubai has blocked mixers? I would definitely think so, Chris, because when you talk about Dubai, they are quite conservative when you talk about having notorious mixers. Now, many apps also don't work in Dubai. Now, I used to use Skype often, but right now, you can't use the Skype version just for making regular calls, and it's been well over 3 to 5 years that you're no longer able to use Skype. Now, that thing being said, there are other alternatives. So you can, let's say, use Zoom. You can use Skype business versions for making regular calls. So going back to your question regarding cryptocurrency mixers, I would definitely do think so that they are blocked mixers. Because look, when you talk about mixers being used for notorious activities, I'm pretty much sure that Dubai has very strong stance against notorious activities. And a few months ago, I did talk about VARA, which is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. They did release a new set of guidelines, and on that guidelines, they specifically mentioned about privacy coins or any activities associated with privacy coins. And I know for a fact that in 2016, privacy coins, you could actually buy it from a cryptocurrency exchange. I think it was BitOasis, where I very specifically remember buying Monero. But we did get a notification that they're going to stop Monero completely altogether. So since 2016, Monero buying from cryptocurrency exchange has definitely been stopped. And when I started my consultancy firm in 2015, a lot of my customers used to ask, where do I go ahead and buy Bitcoin? And Chris, my very first answer at that point of time was localbitcoins.com. And at that point of time, localbitcoins.com used to function really well. Then all of a sudden, localbitcoins.com could not be accessed. Now, a few months ago, Local Bitcoins did actually decide to shut down the operations as well. But unfortunately, some of these protocols definitely do not work in Dubai. And I'm pretty much sure that certain notorious mixers will definitely not have any room in Dubai. And look, Chris, Dubai government is absolutely brilliant. They provide support for innovation and talent, absolutely like no other. But at the same time, they do not have any tolerance for any notorious activity, and they do have some strong restrictions. And they do this keeping in mind the people, most importantly. They want the people to be safe, they want the investors to be protected, and overall, they want a good name, and they want to be advocates for Bitcoin and blockchain. Now, keeping all these things in mind, I'm pretty much sure that Dubai has no room for mixers. Now, I haven't used any mixers, so unfortunately, I cannot tell you from my own experience. But again, I wouldn't recommend you to try it as well. And Chris, one of the beauties about using open blockchain is that all transactions are completely open source, and absolutely anyone can go ahead and verify these transactions. Now, keeping that in mind, when you talk about central bank digital currency, it could be possible that central bank digital currency transactions could be made publicly verifiable as well. Or could it be possible that only certain authority figures do have access to verifying these transactions? Or really, I'm not sure, but I'd really like to see if these transactions are made publicly verifiable by absolutely anyone. So that's all for today, guys. So if you ask me anything, see you some Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse, and check out the episode that I'm going to release tomorrow about Metaverse everything. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact on the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency world. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.